I don't know where that came from.
How you doing? Good. Just making it.
Will that be it?
I think this row is supposed to be. I know, but I think they get moved back.
If there's a pillow on the floor, I'll sit on the floor.
You guys are coming back, right?
Hey, I flew the Challenger down there. Yeah, I saw. 51 mile an hour. I gotta have some work done. I was thinking about it. I don't know if I told you.
I think we can get.
About I remember it flipped and it tore. How to get down the cushion, pushing right and all of a sudden.
Somebody still has it on.
Did you hear that?
Asking you to turn to your neighbor and exchange greetings. It's important that you all know each other. You are the family that Sarah and Corey were born with, and you're the family that they have chosen. You are the community of people who will celebrate with Sarah and Corey when life is exciting and when it's fun, and you are the support network that they will call upon when life gets challenging. Most importantly today, you have been invited here to witness and to bless Sara and Corey as they join together in marriage. Sara and Corey met a little over 5 years ago through mutual friends. When they first met, Corey remembers thinking that Sara was super cute, that she was wholesome, and that she was sweet. Exactly the kind of person that he thought would never date him. Sara remembers thinking that Corey was great, but she didn't envision dating him because he was so much older. Fortunately for all of us, and fortunately for them, they were both wrong. Over time, their initial perceptions began to evolve. They started to notice that during times of transition, they were really there for one another, and that something just clicked between them. Sara noticed how accommodating and how caring Corey was, and she also learned how patient, helpful, creative, and yes, even funny he can be. And what a great friend and role model he is to everyone in his life, most of the time. Likewise, Corey discovered that Sara was all around one of the best people he had ever met. Corey describes Sara as thoughtful and more caring than he could have ever imagined. He remembers thinking that she's making me a better person. And he began to see a future together, realizing that Sara would make a fantastic mother and wife. There are so many wonderful memories that Sara and Corey share, like their week-long vacation in Jamaica. The whole week was perfect according to them, and they had an absolute blast. Sara and Sara and Corey also enjoyed moving into a new apartment together. They love living in South Portland and taking walks together and spending 4th of July weekend with their friends and family nearly every year at Fry Island. Thomas More once said, "Our partner is essential to the discovery of our own calling, and in a curious way, shows us what we want, or more exactly, shows us what is wanted of us within ourselves and our world." This is a concept that I believe resonates with Corey and Sara. Corey describes Sara as the driving force that makes him want to achieve things in his life. And for Sara, Corey calms her down, balances her out, and helps her to relax and to be more spontaneous. Both Sara and Corey are deeply inspired by one another, and they knew early on that they wanted to get married. Corey was ready to start a new chapter in his life, and Sara knew that Corey was the kind of man she wanted to be with. Sara picked up her own engagement ring, which was very exciting for her, and it was a random Thursday night in November of 2012 when Corey brought home a little kitten named Mila, and he had tied a sign around Mila's neck that said, "Marry us." Sara thought this was so cute, and of course she said yes. Meanwhile, Corey had scratches all over his hands from the kitten who, although deceptively cute, was also a troublemaker. Sara and Corey share a vision of what marriage means to them. Marriage means committing to one another, loving and supporting each other, starting a family, and planning a future together. Because family and friends are so important to both Sara and Corey, having each of you here today to witness their wedding truly binds them together and makes this moment even more significant to each of them. I would now like to invite Sara's mother, Gail, up to share a reading.
To the bride and groom, pause and watch the sunset. Pay attention to your loved one. tend to get entangled with technology, you may miss something special. Life as we know it is often consumed before our very eyes. We tend to focus on stuff, which is really unimportant. It is no easy task to extend praise for each other. Acknowledge your partner's everyday efforts. All it takes is to turn and say, "Hey babe, how are you?" Plant a kiss, give a warm hug. Hold each other, write silly notes. Fold the laundry. Give the kids a bath, sing songs, play music often. Dance even if you can't. Take walks, gaze at the stars. Activities built to a treasured lifetime. Be partners, lovers, father and mother. May God bless you always. Wishing you good health and happiness throughout your lives.
Thank you, Neil. That was beautiful. There's some wet eyes up here. There are many values that Sara and Corey share that I know will nurture and support their marriage. They respect each other, they trust one another, and they are able to communicate effectively. Both Sara and Corey want to see this relationship the distance, and they value honesty, openness, and going through moments together. And if you've spent any time at all with these two, you know that not only do they have a lot of fun together, they're also a blast to be around. Sara and Corey will now exchange their wedding vows. From this day forward, I promise you these things. I will laugh with you in times of joy and comfort you in times of sorrow. I will share in your dreams and support you as you strive to achieve your goals. I will listen to you with compassion and understanding and speak to you with encouragement. I will help you when you need it and step aside when you don't. I will remain faithful to you for better or worse in times of sickness and health. You are my best friend, and I will love and respect you always. From this day forward, I promise you these things. I will laugh with you in times of joy and comfort, and in times of sorrow. I will share in your dreams and support you as you strive to achieve your goals. I will listen to you with compassion and understanding, and I will speak to you with encouragement. I will help you when you need it and step aside when you don't. I will remain faithful to you for better or worse in times of sickness and in health. You are my best friend, and I will love and respect you always. Wedding rings are symbolic reminders of the unbroken circle of a healthy and abiding love. Within the safety and comfort of marriage, such love has no beginning and no end, no separate giver, no separate receiver. It is a seamless and strong and precious circle, and it is beautiful. May these rings remind you of the vows that you made today and of the wholesome, timeless love that you share. Corey? places, and in all ways, forever. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a reminder
as a reminder
that I will love, honor, and cherish you in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways,
and in all ways,
forever. Will you please join hands? Do you, Corey, take Sara to be your lawfully wedded wife, promising to love, honor, and cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I
Good. Do you, Sara, take Corey to be your lawfully wedded husband, promising to love, honor, and to cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Since you have entered into this honorable estate of matrimony by mutual promises and love, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Maine, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. It is my pleasure to introduce to you for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Olmsted. Let the celebrations begin.
I don't know what's going on. I think I've taken it up.